Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in KITZUR, HILCHOS, SHABBOS, and we're going along the different leniencies that we might have when it comes to performing a Melacha in a different way than it was done in the Beis HaMikdash. And the next one is called Klacher Yad V'Shinui, like a backhanded way, and the Shinui, you do it in a different way than it's normally done. Gam Kesavnu Shenichal B'ma Shetzrichim L'Leches Machshavos, included in the Melacha of Shabbos, where there is the intention in how you do it the right way. You have to do the Melacha, the action, the way that it's done in the Mishkan. Which means the way that it was done on the weekday. Certainly in the Mishkan, they would never change the way in which they would perform that particular procedure or that malacha. They wanted to do it in the best possible way. So whatever was considered the normal way of doing that malacha, that's what they did. But if you on Shabbos don't do it in the way that you would normally do it during the week, like a backhanded kind of a way, as we shall see, or a shinui, or you change even slightly the way that you are handling things, pater, you'll be exempt from doing that malacha. And an example, Chazal give an example to this. We know that we're not allowed to carry from Reshus Hayachid to Reshus Harabim, from a private domain to a public domain, but you carry something on Shabbos now in a way that you normally would not carry it during the week. The Kegoin, if there's something you would normally carry in your hand, and not in your mouth, and now you carry it in your mouth instead, since that you're not carrying it in the normal way that people carry these things, you're doing a klach hayad, like backhanded in a different way, so therefore you'd be pater. So for example, let's say that you want to bring your talis bag to shul. So what do? Normally you would carry it in your hands, but you can't. So let's say that you would carry it in your mouth. You'd hold the bag with your teeth, or something smaller. Let's say you have a grape that you want to bring to the meal, and that's in your mouth. So something that normally you would not put into your mouth, a knife, a spoon, whatever it might be, but if you're holding it in your mouth, and so then says the Chazal say over there, that would be considered klachai, and that would be a different way to do it, and therefore you'd be exempt. V'chein meleches losh. What about kneading something, mixing something? You change the way that you do it from during the week. For example, if you want to mix liquid with food in a bowl during the weekday, so you would pour everything together and you would just mix it, stir it around in a circle. That's the way you do it during the week. But if you just would push the spoon back and forth in the mixture over here, again, you're not mixing it around and around the way that you normally would. You're pushing it forward and bringing it back, and in that way you end up being able to mix these things together. You're doing it in a different way. So that's not considered to be a malacha of Shabbos, and therefore you would be allowed to do that. That's the old, how do you make tuna fish on Shabbos if you can't mix together the mayonnaise and the tuna? So you put in the mayo, you put in the tuna, or vice versa, and then you go back and forth with the spoon, and you can mix it in that way. It will not be, of course, as well mixed as it would be on a regular weekday, but you can mix it in that way if you need to. And sometimes you should know that even doing this shinui, the unusual way, or the not regular way of doing things, still there's going to be a rabbinical prohibition. And sometimes it's mutter completely, no problem at all. As we will see later on, going through the Sefer when we get into the details. Have a wonderful day.